is to tell you more about the CBC letter, and my slogan for the day is shame, shame, CBC, Palestine will be free.
Shame, shame, CBC.
Palestine will be free. Shame, shame, CBC, Palestine will be free.
Shame, shame, CBC.
Palestine will be free. Some of you may have seen this letter online. I'm not going to read the whole thing. You can, if you haven't seen it, you can see it at cpavancouver.org. We did this letter originally to CBC for the reasons people have already mentioned, the way the whole story was contextualized, that it's clashes, it's riots, it's rock throwing, and that was a theme with the CBC reporting. That was our initial impetus to send the letter, but to our horror, we also discovered that the Zionist lobby group, Honest Reporting, and that's an inversion of reality if we've ever seen one, this group literally dictated to CBC what words they were allowed to use in their reports. I mean, it was chilling, really. There was an initial report early in the morning last Friday when the killing, the premeditated killing of the unarmed protesters first started. The first report that came out with Derek Stoffel, who's their correspondent there, was actually not too bad. I mean, it wasn't great, but he was trying to be balanced. And then that's the report that this Zionist lobby group slammed, is no longer anywhere to be found on the internet. Two things in particular they complained about with that report, as well as the whole contextualizing thing. But he had said, when he was talking about the original Land Day demonstrations in 1976, that it was people, Palestinians, who wanted to return to homes they had been forced from. The Zionist lobby group sent it to them, and you can see it on their report on their website. They brag about it. They're not even shy that they call the shots on these things. They gave them a whole lecture. This is not suitable wording. This is not what is to be used. You have to say they fled. Lo and behold, 2-3 hours later, the same reporter, Derek Stoffel, updates his report. He has a new report. The word forced became fled. Palestinians were not forced to leave their homes in 1948. They fled their homes in 48. And then around that same subject, the Zionist lobby group also said you cannot call these people Palestinians. The Palestinians that stayed within the 1948 area, they said, no, you cannot refer to them as Palestinians. This is not correct. You have to call them Arab Israelis. This is because the Zionist narrative does not allow for the indigenous Palestinians, doesn't even recognize that there's a nation of Palestinians. So they told them, no, can't call them Palestinians, you'll have to call them Arab Israelis. And again, the same thing happened. First of all, his first report after that, he just dropped it altogether. He didn't even talk about the Land Day 1976. But then the report on the national news later that night, a week ago, same reporter, Derek Stoffel, he's talking about the same thing. It's no longer 6 Palestinians that were killed in the 1976 Land Day Massacre, 6 Arab Israelis that were killed in the Land Day Massacre. This is all documented. It's like I said, it's chilling to see the way this unfolds. You wonder why CBC even has news editors in the first place when clearly this Zionist lobby group is doing the editing job for them. All of this is part of the letter that we sent to them, which has been sent to their ombudsman, to their national news people in Toronto. We don't know what kind of response we're going to get from it. I just want to read the last paragraph and then conclude with one comment. We said, "We ask you to respect your stated values especially accuracy and impartiality, and to not cave into the pressure of a lobby group that is more concerned with serving a foreign government than in bringing the truth to the public in Canada. And that is exactly what is happening. As I said, we're going to hand deliver this letter at the end of the picket. We can go on, well, we won't all go into the building, but we can go en masse to the door. But I think CBC needs to know that we're watching, we're listening, we're going to hold them to account. Their stated values of accuracy, fairness, balance, and integrity have just been wiped out. This is absolutely outrageous that this is the way they do business. So shame, shame, CBC, Palestine will be free. Shame, shame, CBC, Palestine will be free. Shame, shame, CBC, Palestine will be free. Thank you.
Thank you, Marion.